There have been a lot of surprisingly good NFL teams so far this year, and a lot of surprisingly bad teams through the start of the season. And one of the most disappointing teams so far has definitely been the Cleveland Browns, now at 1-4 through the first 5 games. So today, we are going to try to save this Browns team and see if we can turn this into one of the best teams in the league for arguably the first time in 60 years. And I mean it when I say this might genuinely be the hardest rebuild you could do in Madden. I'll tell y'all why in a second. But super quick, if you enjoy, be sure to leave a like on the video. No like goal today, but it sounds stupid, but leaving a like really does help out the channel for some reason. So yeah, be sure to take the like second and a half to do that. Subscribe if you haven't already. Trying to hit 100K by the end of the year. Trying to hit 70K soon. Thanks for 65K. That's like an oddly specific number to thank y'all for, but whatever. I still appreciate it. And then very last thing, let me know down in the comments what team I should do next Monday. I do a weekly rebuild of a underperforming / struggling team. And I'll say shout out to JC. It looks like they were the first to suggest this on the last one of these I did. So again, let me know what team you would want to see next. But without further ado, let's get into this. And here is the big reason. I mean, there are 2 big reasons why this is, okay, maybe 3 reasons why this is one of the hardest rebuilds in Madden. Number 1, debatably the major one, which kind of ties into the other one, is this team's cap space. Right now, it's not bad. Apparently, they have 44 mil, but in the future, they go into the negatives. So we're going to have to navigate around that while also trying to bring our players back, whoever we do want back from this team. And the cap space is mostly poisoned by Deshaun Watson, who is the other, I guess the second of the third big reason this rebuild is hard. I don't know how he is in Madden. He might actually do better than you would expect, but I do not want him to be the long-term option no matter what. We're going to have to find a new QB. We're going to have to see when we can get out of his deal. Hopefully soon. I guess we'll find out. And then reason number 3, this is one of the hardest rebuilds in Madden, which is maybe the scariest, is this team is pretty old. Like, there are not a lot of young stars on this team. Like, I guess David Njoku isn't that old. Jerry Jeudy, he isn't, like, amazing, but I guess he's young. Myles Garrett isn't too old. I guess they do have JOK. They have good corners who haven't been that great this year. So I guess there are some pieces, but there's a lot of replacing that is going to have to happen. Again, with future negative cap space. But all right, now that I've caught y'all up, let's finally get into this. I'll obviously force win the Browns to go 1-4. I wouldn't be surprised if we, start to bounce back because simulation sucks in Madden. I hope we're not good just for realism's sake, but I guess anything can happen. So I guess we'll get to the midseason point and we'll see how this team's doing. I'll also obviously bench some of the players that haven't been playing for these first games. Like Nick Chubb, I think I'll bring back in week 6 because I think he'll come back soon. But for the first few games, I'll bench some of these guys. Okay, also looking at Spotrac, the Browns are projected to have negative 42 mil in cap space in 2025. I'm seeing 2 different numbers. I don't know which one's true, but both are saying negative. So I'm assuming it's not going to be great. But all right, I actually just decided to get straight to the end of the year because there wasn't really anything notable happening at the midseason. But we finished 5-12 in year 1, so we definitely didn't bounce back. I mean, I guess a little bit because the Browns are probably on pace to have like 3 or 4 wins or something like that, but whatever, close enough. But for season stats, Deshaun Watson, 3,200 yards, 19 touchdowns, 17 picks. If you have a quarterback with stats that would be bad in real life, you know they were horrible. He was probably the worst quarterback stats-wise here. I guess we'll just go passer rating. Ooh, Justin Fields apparently got benched. He was awful. So I guess Watson wasn't the worst. Jaden Daniels did horribly. And Baker. Madden simulation is something. So not the worst, but like bottom 5. But Nick Chubb in his time back, 900 yards, 4.9 per carry. We'll take that. Amari Cooper, almost 1,200 yards and 13 touchdowns, even with horrible quarterback play. Which, by the way, I was thinking about starting Jameis Winston. I never did, but I maybe should have, because the Browns might this year. We'll see. And then blocking, Jedrick Wills. I don't know if I should have played him for all 17 games, but whatever. It won't make that much of a difference. I don't think we're going to bring him back because he is terrible in Madden. Joel Bitonio also wasn't good, but the rest of our line held up much better than I thought. Much better than it is in real life. But Jordan Hicks, 136 tackles, TFL's 14 for Tomlinson, 12 for Smith, 11 for Garrett, and sacks? Only 8 for Myles Garrett. How many does he have in real life through like 5 games? Oh, he only has 4. I mean, he's definitely on pace pace to get more than 8, but I thought he had like 7 already. He's on pace for like 14 or something, I guess. I don't know. Only 4.5 sacks for Zadarius Smith, though. Our pass rush was a lot bigger of an issue than it should have been. But interceptions, 5 for Grant Delpit, 3 for JOK, 2 for Jordan Hicks, and then 1 for like 5 different players. So good amount of interceptions, but that's about it. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes, big surprise. No Deshaun Watson up here. Wow, no way. That's crazy. Amari Cooper was up there for Offensive Player of the Year, though, number 7. I mean, he's gonna regress like crazy, unfortunately, but he did well for this first year. This is an interesting Defensive Player of the Year list. But Ladd McConkey wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. No Browns, and Defensive Rookie of the Year, of course, goes to a division rival, Nate Wiggins. Damn, no Browns for anything. I like Jamari Thrash. We'll have to get him involved at some point. And I mean, I liked Michael Hall. I don't know that I like him anymore, but he's here. We have him. This team really has some questionable character, guys. That's tough. But all right, let's get into this first off season. No spoilers, but this is already it's gonna be a rough start. I already saw what our cap situation is. It isn't fun. Oh, it's even worse. Why is it worse? We have negative 13 mil in cap space. Also, we had a Bills-Lions Super Bowl. Interesting. But yeah, we're gonna have to create some cap space somehow. Probably through restructuring. That's a big penalty to cut Deshaun Watson. Restructuring would save pretty much as it would to cut him. That's gonna make his 2025 cap hit 86 mil though. What is it gonna be right now? 64? We can honestly maybe work around his deal for this first year and then just release him next year so we don't have to worry about that big penalty or 84 mil cap hit next year or whatever it is. Yeah, I think we'll actually be okay for this first year at least. I mean, okay is debatable, but we'll be okay. There isn't really anyone we could release. I mean, maybe Elijah Moore, but I think he's due for a deal anyways, so that won't do anything. Probably Jordan Akins too. Jordan Hicks regressed a lot. He got star dev, but that doesn't matter when you go down 5 overall or whatever. We have 4 mil. Okay, we now have 12 mil in cap space. And the big reason we need more cap space is because we have to re-sign Nick Chubb and Amari Cooper, which we can't do. I think even if we cut Deshaun Watson, we would be cooked. Do we just take the L and restructure him? We don't have as many players to re-sign next year. Although didn't they extend David Njoku? Am I crazy? Oh, I guess they did a couple years ago. But I think there's a way we can survive this. We have to get lucky. And you know what? I'm gonna do something interesting here. I think I'm gonna release Joel Bitonio. He is definitely regressing in real life. He just allowed 8 sacks for us, and I think we can actually replace him. I did set interior O-line as our focus position for the draft, so he's unfortunately gonna have to get released. But we're doing that so we can bring Nick Chubb back. We might have to overpay him just to guarantee that we can get him back, which you can debate if this is a realistic move, because like injury-prone running back, I don't know if that's someone you necessarily pay. But in Madden, 5 years though. That's where this is kind of tough. How about 3, which is even kind of long for a 29-year-old running back. 3 years, 51. He does take it. Okay, cool. And now we obviously can't afford Amari Cooper, but we can't afford to tag him. I mean, we can't afford it, but the game will let us. So he rejects us, obviously. We'll pay the 28.5 mil tag, and now we have negative 22 mil in cap, which is gonna leave us with some issues, but we survived this better than I expected. Really only losing Joel Bitonio. So let's get into this first draft, and we're gonna need to work some miracles here. But I'm actually gonna do something interesting for this draft, for this rebuild. I'm not gonna use full strong draft classes like I have been. I'm going to make some positions strong. Like, I think running backs being strong is fine. There are usually a lot of good running backs in the draft, so I feel like that's a fair position to be strong. Tight end, it's debatable, but I feel like there are never really that good of tight ends in Madden drafts, so I'm fine with it being strong. And then I made the whole front 7 strong on defense, because I feel like a lot of time those are kind of weak, even in strong draft classes. Other than outside linebacker, sometimes. It depends, though. But everything else I'll keep as normal. I'm also debating making tackles strong, but we'll see. So let me know what you think. Should I change stuff with that? I just feel like all the way strong draft classes are too strong, especially at positions like guard and center and corner and safety and QB. But all right, in the draft, we pick at number 4 overall. These are some interesting teams up here. The Bears have the number 1 pick again. Aren't the top 3 all 3 teams with winning records? Actually, the Bears might be like 2-3, but no, they're 3-2. Yeah, all 3 of those are are 3 and 2 teams in real life. Love the realism, but we pick at number 4, and honestly, I don't really know what I want to do here. We got Jason Tatum, spelled the exact same way. That's not a common way to spell Jason either. That's weird. That's super weird. You know, now that I think about it, I don't know if I've ever seen Jason spelled that way in Madden. That's weird. We should debatably go with the quarterback here, but to be honest with you, I'd rather get this roster settled a little bit before we throw a quarterback into here. Some of these guys look good, but I didn't even scout them because the plan wasn't to take a QB yet. That's something I think we'll do next year, and I think that'll work out better because right now I don't think the roster's ready for a rookie QB. But let's get to pick number 4. We're not going to trade up or anything. We have too many holes on the roster to be trading up. Ooh, Jason Tatum is still available. I mean, he does look pretty good, actually. But I don't think I'm going to take him. Ooh, Mike Moore is still available, a projected top 5 pick. Is he fast? He kind of doesn't look that good. I mean, he looks good, but I focus scouted Justin Meredith because I thought he looked better, and I thought he had a better chance of being available by the time we picked, and I guess both were. But top 5 talent, projected to go at like 16 or something, or 15. So we'll take him here. Not that receiver's our biggest need, but Amari Cooper's getting older, and we don't really have a third option. So we'll take him. Ranked number 1? I mean, he is an Ohio State receiver, apparently, so I guess that makes sense. I thought he would be like number 5, honestly. I feel like I've seen much better looking receivers that are worse. I mean, to be fair, though, he does have a lot of A ratings. He doesn't have a receiving rating below a B, so yeah, I guess that makes sense that he's the best player in the class. Pretty solid pick there, I would say. Good start to this rebuild. But now in the second round, there's someone interesting here that we're not going to take yet, but there's Hudson Adams, a projected UDFA center who's a first round talent. I guess we could take him here and it would be worth it, but we don't really need to. We should be fine waiting. I just don't know what else I want to do here. That's the only issue. It looks like there's some pretty good defensive tackles. I don't know which one's the best, but let's see. I might actually trade this pick down. There are like decent players here, but nobody that's worth an early second, except of course, you know, that one center. There is a good corner too, but we definitely don't need a corner. He does look really good though. It's gonna be weird to, you know, get used to the new kind of draft classes I'm gonna use, but I like them a lot better already. I don't see as many crazy players, but I still see some pretty good players, just not at positions we even remotely need. So I do think I'm gonna trade this down, just not super far, because there are like, again, there are first to second round talent guys I want, just not early second. I guess they could technically be early second, but no guarantees. But all right, we're actually gonna steal a lot of picks from the Colts. I mean, this is a borderline late first, I guess, not really, but I mean, it's close. It's a really high second, which is pretty valuable. So we're gonna get a 2, a 3, and a 5 from the Colts. It's like, what, 52? So trading down pretty far, but some of the players I want should still be here, hopefully. Okay, there is a defensive tackle, Devin Pounds. Of course that's his name. What else would it be? Does probably look like the best defensive tackle available. I've learned to look for guys who are like really well-rounded run defenders, like good at all 3, block, shed, tackle, and pursuit. So hey, we'll take him. He's only 21 years old. He ran a 4.78 and put up 39 bench reps. Maybe I do need to lower the defensive tackles to normal for the draft classes, but I don't know. They always look better than they actually are, so I think it's fine. He looks insane though, but we'll take him. Ranked 28, got him at 52. Good pick. 78 speed, 84 excel at 295 pounds. Sure. All right. And then early round 3, we now have 2 second round picks, or 2 third round picks. Damn, all the first to second round talent linemen are gone. Should we just take Adams here to play it safe? I guess he's not projected to go for a while, but I say this a lot, but good players get picked early a lot of the time in Madden, so we maybe should pick him pretty soon. But first, we definitely need a linebacker. I don't even know how many we have on the roster other than JOK. Jeremy Hayden doesn't look great, but we don't really have much of another choice. Maybe Travis Mullins, but I don't like his block shedding. What's his speed? No. Okay, I'm good. Let's go with Jeremy Hayden. This isn't like an amazing pick, but it should be solid. He does have elite speed though. Ranked 69, nice. Projected 1 pick later than we took him. Does have hidden dev, thankfully. That's the big thing. So hey, not a Not a crazy good pick, but a very important pick. And now in the later third, this will be the final pick I show for this year. Let's finally take Hudson Adams. I don't know where we're going to play him. Maybe we'll keep him at center. Maybe we'll put him at guard. I don't know, because we kind of need all three: tackle, guard, and center. Maybe they aren't like massive needs on paper yet, but I just don't trust our guys to play well, and they're older. So we'll take Adams, ranked 22, got him at 84. Isn't 22 the last first round talent pick or ranking? Isn't it like 23 is where first to second starts? Maybe it's like 24. I don't know. Either way, we'll take it. That's a great pick. But okay, here's how we did in the draft. Honestly, we did very well. We didn't fix all of our needs, I don't think, but we fixed a decent amount of them. Justin Meredith is an 81 overall, wearing number 81. That's interesting. 94 spec catch. Again, Madden needs A+ ratings. They should be a thing. Someone in my comments told me they were gonna be a thing in Madden 25, and they're not. They lied. And let's see, Devin Pounds, 75 overall. Amazing name. I'll gladly start him over Michael Hall. That's fine. He might even be our number 1. We'll see. Then Jeremy Hayden, he isn't amazing, but I figured he would be a 73, and he is a 73. Hidden dev, so he should develop. And then Hudson Adams, again, we'll have to see where we want to play him. We'll probably have to stick him at center because he's 6'2", 294. He's probably too light to play guard and too short to play tackle. So he's going to be our center. I just knocked something over. That was great. And then I was going to say my last pick, but my second to last pick. My last good pick was Roy Carruthers, the last name that is easily the most common in Madden for whatever reason. I saw like 4 players with that name in this draft class alone, but he's the classic Madden blocking tight end that is way too good. The one reason I thought about moving my tight end strength in classes to normal is because of the blocking tight ends, but I didn't do it because overall there aren't usually many like great tight ends even in strong draft classes, so I thought I would leave it. I guess you got to take the good with the bad. I don't know. But yeah, he probably has X factor for some reason. And then I don't want to talk about Larry Britton. Actually, I will. I'll defend myself. He's a 64 overall. The reason I took him is because he had elite strength and I almost said 94, 44 bench reps. He has 97 strength. How little work ethic do you have to be that strong and be this bad of a lineman? Like, welcome to guard, buddy. I know he's 6'7", but like, you must have the worst like foot speed of all time to be that bad but that strong. I don't know. He didn't even go up that much in overall at guard. He went up 1. I thought he would go up 2, but whatever. And then the CPU actually picked a couple decent players. Tyree Shivers, decent corner, and Will McClendon, 70 overall receiver. Sure, we'll take it. But of course, it's always a good draft when you get, you know, the best player in the class. So, ooh, Jason Tatum was honestly really good. That probably would have been the better pick, but again, I wanted to get this roster right for a QB next year. And you know what? Maybe this is a weird time to do it, but releasing Deshaun Watson, this is the second to last year. So I guess we'll wait till next year, but I mean, we could just cut him right now. It'll save us 46 mil. I mean, there isn't really a reason to, though. That would just kind of make us even worse. We'll still just wait until the offseason, then we'll finally release him. But all right, heading into year 2, honestly, we're not looking too bad at all. Other than, you know, I mean, we still have some issues, but we're looking better than I expected. I'll say that. There is still one thing I'm thinking about for this year. I'll save that for last, but I mean, this receiving core is really nice, honestly. Hopefully Meredith has a good dev trait. Even if he only has star, he should still be good, but you know, superstar would be huge, or X factor. We still have Nick Chubb. The O-line is something I'm really worried about. I mean, it's not bad on paper. I just feel like it's not gonna play well, but the tight end group is obviously good, and then the defense should be good, but like, we had no pass rush last year, so I don't know what's gonna happen. If our pass rush is bad again, I might switch the defensive playbook. I'm sure most of y'all know what I would switch it to, but we'll see. Probably our weakest position on paper on defense is linebacker, but we do have, you know, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, and Hayden should develop throughout the year. So also, I just realized we have a new Jay Hayden. Interesting. But here's the interesting thing I might do for this year. You might notice I didn't mention the quarterback position because I think for at least this year, we are going to try out Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Now, do I think he's amazing in real life? No. I think he's solid as a backup. He's had some good, like, preseason performances, I guess. But hey, I mean, Deshaun Watson was one of the worst QBs in the league last year. Let's just try something different for fun. Now, most likely this isn't going to lead to anything, and DTR will just be bad too, but we might as well try. But all right, let's get to the midseason point. And I mean, hey, we were 3-0 through the preseason. Not that that really really should mean anything, but sometimes it does in simulation. So let's see how we're doing at the midseason. All right, never mind. Apparently it doesn't mean anything. We are 1-6 at the midseason. Somehow worse. We were 2-5 last year. We have one of the worst defenses in the league again. Okay, yeah, we're switching it up. Y'all already know what defensive playbook I'm gonna go with. Call me repetitive, call me boring. I don't care at all. We're going with the Bills defense. The whole like don't hate the player, hate the game saying is cringe, but like this is literally the definition of that. Don't blame me for EA making playbooks the main thing that matters in simulation. It shouldn't be the thing that matters the most, but it is. So we'll switch to the Bills defense. It should be better, hopefully. Ooh, you know, I shouldn't have spoiled our dev traits yet, but Pounds has superstar. Hayden only has star. That's fine. That's about what I expected. On offense, I guess we didn't. Oh, Meredith does only have star. That kind of sucks. And Adams, Carruthers probably has X factor for some reason. But yeah, we're not doing great. It looks like it was mostly our defense, though. Ooh, DTR not doing super great either. Doing about as well as Watson did last year. Arguably worse. And Jerry Jeudy's our #1 receiver? How? I've Meredith as the #1 slot with Cooper as the 2, and then Cooper's the #1 receiver with Meredith as the 2. Should I, like, make Jeudy the slot to make him play less? I don't know. I want Meredith to perform as the #1 so he can develop, but oh well. And all right, I think we're gonna bench Jack Conklin. I don't know who we're gonna play there, but 10 sacks through 7 games isn't exactly gonna cut it. That was my fear. Zach Zinter, I don't feel great about that, but I mean, we need to bench Jack Conklin for someone, so we'll see how that goes. I guess we could try the 65 overall Larry Brayton, but that probably wouldn't go super great. But all right, do we have any re-signings here? We should have some important ones. I can't remember which ones. Okay. David Njoku, Amari Cooper, Greg Newsome, Wyatt Teller, Martin Emerson, Ronnie Hickman, Zadarius Smith. Fun. And we have 49 mil in cap, which is solid, but we're gonna have 0 by the time we're done re-signing like 3 of these guys, and none of them are interested. Wyatt Teller is, but not even super interested. This, I think this maybe confirms this as the hardest rebuild in Madden. Can we even bring David Njoku back? I don't want to give him a 6-year deal though. How about let's start at 3? I know he's not going to take it, but like I just don't want to give him a 6-year deal because that's stupid. But like, does it really matter? Because we're not going to go 6 more years. Sure. Again, don't blame me. He literally wouldn't accept a 3-year deal. I mean, I guess I didn't try it, but just speaking from experience. Amari Cooper will go like 20 mil a year, whatever this is, 19.8. Doesn't take it. Honestly, I don't know if we need him back if he isn't interested. I mean, he's our best receiver for now, but he'll probably get passed up by the end of the year, so we might not bring him back. Greg Newsome I want back, but he does re-sign. I didn't even see how much money that was. I probably should have looked, but oh well. And we still have to re-sign Wyatt Teller, Martin Emerson Jr., Ronnie Hickman, Zadarius Smith, who we probably won't bring back. I guess Ethan Posick or Pocic, whatever, is a starter, and Jordan Hicks. Don't really want them back, but I guess those are 2 more starters that we have to re-sign, or that are due for contracts at least. Also, the Lions are only 1-6. What is simulation, man? Like, that's crazy. But all right, let's get to the end of the year and we'll see how we finish. I guess hopefully we rebound. We probably will a little bit, but at this point, I honestly just kind of want a high draft pick. Maybe I should have waited to change the defensive playbook. Oh well, though. We'll see. But okay, it looks like we do bounce back. We actually finished with one of the best defenses in the league. Again, if you're a 4-3 team in Madden, use the Bills defensive playbook, at least in simulation. It looks like our offense was kind of the issue this year, which I maybe will need to change the playbook, but also we had a 68 overall starting quarterback, so that could be the issue. Well, he did better than Deshaun Watson, that's for sure. 31 yard away from 3,400, 30 touchdowns, 20 picks though. Not a great completion percentage either. He was okay. But Nick Chubb, almost 1,500 yards, 5.4 per carry, and 8 touchdowns. Coming off a massive injury at like almost 30 years old. Is he 30? 29 at this point. So don't know how realistic that is, but we'll take it. And then no 1,000 yard receivers. Amari Cooper, 929, 8 touchdowns, 900 for Jeudy, only 700 for Meredith though. How does this offensive playbook work? Most of them are just, you know, it either uses the number 1 receiver as the most or the slot receiver as the most. Apparently it uses the slot as the least, I guess. So maybe we should just leave Meredith as the 2 and put Judy as the slot. I don't know. But for blocking, Dwan Jones wasn't great. Hudson Adams wasn't amazing. Wyatt Teller, 5 sacks from right guard. But I think our 2 lowest overall linemen, Ethan Posick and Zach Zinter, did the best out of the group, because of course they did. And then on defense, 97 tackles from Greg Newsome led the team, 91 from JOK, 87 for Jeremy Hayden, but 12 TFLs for Dalvin Tomlinson, 11 for Zadarius Smith, but sacks, there we go. This is what I was wanting. Myles Garrett with 15 and Zadarius Smith with 12.5. Now, Zadarius Smith unfortunately needs a contract, but I guess that's a good send-off, because I don't think I'm going to re-sign him. He used to be good in Madden a couple years ago, but every time I try him in franchise lately, he's horrible, so we'll probably let him go. I mean, I don't know if we have much of a choice. We'll see. But Pounds, 5.5 sacks. Absolutely pounding the quarterback, I guess. Dalvin Tomlinson with 5. And then interceptions, 5 for Hickman. We must have gotten a lot of these picks before we changed the playbook, because the one flaw with the Bills defense in Madden is it gets 3 picks a year if you're lucky. I mean, not really, but it doesn't get many interceptions. But yeah, 5 for Hickman, 4 for JOK, 3 for Ward and Emerson, 2 for Hayden as a rookie, and then 1 for Delpit. So really good defensive stats and defense as a whole. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes again, big surprise. Nobody up here for offensive player of the year, but Russell Gage on the Chiefs was up there. Interesting. Defensive player of the year goes to Max Crosby. Myles Garrett at number 6. Offensive rookie of the year, Meredith at number 3. I wish he would have gotten more production, but I guess it was a learning experience. And then Jeremy Hayden all the way down at 4 for defensive rookie of the year. It's always tough to win in year 1 because there are so many rookies that immediately start. Devin Pounds also up there at number 7, but hopefully we can win an award next year. That's usually how it goes. Also, I think I said year 1, I meant year 2. It's hard to win rookie of the year because there's so many rookies that start. You know what I mean, hopefully. But all right, I guess we're done for this year. I felt like I was going to do something else, but let's get into the offseason once again, and this year we are finally going to rid ourselves of the Deshaun Watson deal. Thank God. But we had a Bills-Cowboys Super Bowl. I also see Bobby Wagner was apparently on the Lions. That's something. Who won that Super Bowl? I wish it would tell me. It was the Bills, 27-22, now winning back-to-back Super Bowls. So, hey, again, apparently the Bills playbook's pretty good in Madden. I don't really see him win many Super Bowls, but, I mean, they're 2 for 2 so far. Oh, I guess it also said right there, but whatever. But for re-signings, Amari Cooper did regress a decent bit, down to an 82, so we're gonna let him go. He was really good year 1, but just, he isn't interested at all. And we are finally gonna be releasing Deshaun Watson. Get out of here. We'll have to see if he gets signed. I'm assuming someone will sign him, maybe as a backup. I don't know how much money he's gonna get, but we'll see. I'm also gonna release Jack Conklin. He actually might be due for a deal, so maybe we don't even need to, but whatever. He was horrible. And then, other than that, I think we're fine for now. But we now have 71 mil in cap. Amazing what a difference that made. I guess we'll re-sign Wyatt Teller, even though he kind of sucked. I mean, we're so thin on O-line, we kind of need to keep who we have, even if they weren't great. He's a good overall, at least. We'll go 2 years, 43 mil. That's more expensive than I expected, but he takes it. Martin Emerson isn't interested. Honestly, I don't know how bad I want him back. He's fine. I shouldn't call teams players overrated when I'm doing a rebuild of the team, because I know it's going to be a lot of fans of that team watching. I don't really get it with him, though. I feel like he kind of gets cooked at times, but I don't know. Plus, he's not interested. I mean, if he takes this is a long deal, but 6 years, 46. He doesn't take it. I mean, I did what I could to re-sign him. We went very player-friendly. I mean, same with Ronnie Hickman, 6 years. He's not that cheap either. 6 years, 79, and he's not interested. He doesn't take it. Now, he's someone I kind of want back in free agency, so we'll see. I mean, this will be our first time dipping into free agency because we actually have money. Zadarius Smith, I would go 1 year, 17 mil. How about I'll even sweeten the deal to a whole 18? Oh, he does actually take it. That kind of surprises me. I doubt he's going to repeat what he did last year, but I guess you never know, so we'll re-sign him. And then everyone else, Ethan Posick was good. He shouldn't have been, though. I'll go 1 year, 10 mil. He doesn't take it. That's fine. And then everyone else we will let go. So how much would tagging Ooh, that isn't that much to tag Ronnie Hickman. I'd maybe rather extend him though. It's honestly kind of hard to find safeties in free agency, so I'll tag him. But all right, let's get into our first free agency of this rebuild. I don't know that we're gonna do too much, but I feel like we should do something because we still have some issues with this team, clearly. It isn't that strong of a free agent class, though. I mean, they're, like, good players in real life, but they're all old. It's kind of rough. Let me see. I was gonna restructure some deals, but maybe we shouldn't, because I don't know that I really want to sign many players here. I guess we could bring Martin Emerson back. That would be fine. It also wouldn't be that hard to draft a corner, though. I do maybe want Taylor Moton. I signed him a lot in free agent, or just in rebuilds in general, because he's, like, one of the best performing tackles in this game. He's one of the few tackles who are good in real life that actually does well in this game. Now, he's not interested because nobody's interested in this team, but let me see. I want to see if we can restructure enough to maybe get him. It looks like we can. I would go 2 years, 46. That's fine. I guess we'll move DeJuan Jones to left tackle, which I don't feel amazing about, but what other choice do we really have? So these two, kind of underwhelming, but I mean, not bad. Taylor Moton and Martin Emerson, we do get both of them. Okay, cool. The less needs we have to worry about, the better. I mean, we still have to worry about left tackle maybe, but we'll see. But all right, it looks like we pick at number 10 in the draft. The Lions ended up with the number 1 pick. Okay. Unfortunately, though, this is a horrible quarterback class. It isn't projected to be. I mean, like, there are 4 guys projected to go in the first round, or 4 projected to go in the first, but none of them are actually that good at all. We still might have to take one. It looks like I definitely should have, taken a QB last year, but I mean, how was I going to know this was going to be a terrible QB class? We'll see. We still might take one, like I said, because I don't really see much else. This might just be a bad class in general, at least for stuff that we need. Oh, this corner looks really good. Doug Lane. We definitely don't need a corner, but I mean, if he's somehow, he's projected to go number 1. Never mind. All right, we'll see who's here at 10. We might even have to reach on a QB this year just to get one. It looks like the top 5 talent, who was a top 5 projected QB, who was a day 3 talent, went. So unlucky for whatever team got him. But let's see. We do need a receiver. These guys don't look that good though. Man, like I said, we might just trade this down because I don't want to reach just to take a pick here. Okay, maybe we're gonna make this pick. We really don't need a safety, but I think I don't want to jinx it, but I think I might have found the best player in the class. James Moore at safety. I don't know if I showed it yet. Hopefully I didn't, but he is A awareness, A man, A play rec, A pursuit, A hit power, B tackle, C zone, which is fine. And he ran a 4.29. We don't need a safety, but I don't really care. I think we're gonna take him. He's number 2. Okay, that's fine. 95 speed. I bet the corner was better. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, he'll start. We kept Ronnie Hickman, but we'll probably let him go now because we only tagged him. I guess I'm glad we did that. That actually worked out pretty well. Now, that doesn't really fix any of our needs, but I mean, what, are we not going to take someone who's clearly a top 2 talent in the class, I guess? But after that, I don't really know what I want to do. We need a receiver, but again, these receivers don't look that great. I mean, this guy looks good, Mario Goodrich, but he looks, I don't know, he looks fine. He probably is the best receiver available, maybe. Doesn't look that great, though. There is a first round projected QB left, though. If one of these guys are available by round 3, I'll definitely take them. Now, they're not great, but I'd rather have somebody there who we can possibly develop. But all right, you know what? I think I am just gonna go with the receiver. Mario Goodrich, he'll start. We do need a receiver now. He definitely has his issues, but he looks good enough. Ranked 24, got him at 42. Normal dev, as I figured, but we'll take it. First round talent, so that's fine. And let's see, let's go with Cassius Green. Crazy name, but first to second round guard, sure. Ranked 32. So far, we're 3 for 3 on first round talents. I mean, he's barely a first round talent, but he is. Obviously, no more, good QBs left, but oh well. I might take a chance on Tyler Fowler at some point just because he does have elite throw power. He has good enough accuracy. He's probably not good, but could be okay. You know what? We'll take him. He's probably bad, but we'll see if he has a dev trait. Ranked Ranked 155 isn't horrible. Normal dev, though. We still might give him a chance. We'll see. I mean, we're just going to draft a QB next year anyways, but we'll see. But all right, it looks like we did pretty well. James Moore, I thought he could be a little better even. I thought maybe there were just some really good players. He's an 81. I mean, back-to-back drafts with an 81 overall as our first pick isn't bad. I'm really surprised he isn't better. He has 99 hit power, but how does a 4.29 only come out to 95 speed and 90 excel? Like, what is that logic? What shouldn't it be at least like 97 speed and 95 excel, something like that? When it said elite speed, I was hoping for like 98 or something if you only had good acceleration or elite speed. I meant speed. I think I said acceleration the first time. I don't know. You know what I mean, maybe. I'm horrible at explaining things, but he should be faster is what I'm trying to say. Running a 4.29. But Mario Goodrich, 75 overall, we'll take it. I'm getting tired. I almost said 75 speed. But 85 spec catch, 93 agility. Cool. He'll start. He's not great, but he's fine. And then Cassius Green, 74 overall, we'll take it. But I think we're going to give Tyler Fowler a chance. We might as well. He's a rookie. He should, I mean, if he wins Offensive Rookie of the Year somehow, that'll be a massive amount of development. That's very unlikely because it's not a great offense around him. I mean, it is, but it doesn't play well. It's a good offense around him on paper, but it doesn't play well. So we'll see. Not set up super well for him, but maybe he'll do well. And then I made all these picks. Doug Holloway as hidden dev. That's cool, I guess. And then the others are whatever. Who was the best player in the class, though? Was it the corner? Maybe there was someone else. It was the corner. Doug Lane, 82 overall. Also, Parker Dixon, the horrible QB, was the #1 overall pick to the Lions. They've truly just regressed back to the good old Lions that we know and love. Well, some of us love. If there's any bad team that I don't care if they ever do well, it might be the Lions. I'm sorry, but like, They picked a good tight end, though, 77 overall, Matt Curtis. I don't mean the Lions are bad right now. They're just historically bad, but they're bad here. They just shouldn't be. But all right, let's get into year number 3. And things are, I don't know if things are looking up, but we don't have Deshaun Watson anymore, so we'll see. Maybe things are looking up. And I also do want to check. I didn't see Deshaun Watson in free agency, so who signed him? Of course, the Seahawks. Great. Awesome. Just the team I wanted to see. What a QB room. Deshaun Watson and Sam Howell as your 1 and 2. That's great. But all right, now heading into year 3. Things obviously haven't gone, fully as we planned. We still don't really have a quarterback, but hopefully that'll change this year, assuming there is a decent one in the draft. Or, I mean, hey, maybe Fowler will win Offensive Rookie of the Year. We'll see. I guess we could try DTR again, too, because he wasn't bad, but he also threw 20 picks, so, I don't know. But, hey, on the bright side, our defense is pretty good. We really don't have many weaknesses anymore on defense other than still linebacker, but it's even getting better, so we should be fine. But, all right, let's get to the midseason point. We might not be great this year, but hopefully we're better. We'll see. But, okay, we are 4-3 at the midseason this year. We are not doing bad at all. I'm surprised we're doing this well with a 68 overall quarterback, but hey, we'll take it. It looks like our offense, honestly, both sides of the ball aren't amazing, but they're both good enough to have a winning record, I guess. Is there any, clear issue? Oh, maybe we don't need to draft a quarterback. Tyler Fowler, 1,600 yards, 15 touchdowns, only 4 picks through the first 7 games. He's getting sacked a bunch, too, so could do even better if we get our O-line better, maybe. DeJuan Jones this year, just whoever we have at left tackle is bad for some reason. So I guess we'll try Cassius Green at left tackle. Not that he's a great overall, but we don't really have much of another choice. But I think I found out why we're doing well this year. We have a ton of players in a contract year. Myles Garrett, Grant Delpit, JOK, Ronnie Hickman, who we're probably going to let go. DeJuan Jones, who we're also probably going to let go. Zadarius Smith, that's a lot of players. But Myles Garrett will obviously bring back. We'll go 4 years, 180 mil. That's fine. He takes it. I mean, that's expensive, but that's about what I expected. Is that 45 mil a year? That's crazy. But Grant Delpit, I guess we'll bring back because he's at least a little interested. We'll go 4 years, 54. Doesn't take it. Fun. JOK will go... Whoa, that's expensive. Of course the game's trying to pay him like an edge rusher. I don't really want to do that. That is way too much. That's what, 33.5 mil per year for an off-ball linebacker? I'm good. Maybe we'll move him to middle linebacker at some point just so we can get him for cheaper. Actually, let me do that. I don't know if it'll change immediately. Oh, it does. Okay, good. I mean, we're still gonna have to go very player friendly, but thankfully it's only 6 years, 128 mil. He takes it. And then everyone else for now, I think we're good. So all right, let's get in to the end of the year, or not into the end of the year, but let's get to the end of the year. Oh, did it mess up our depth chart? Whatever, that's fine. All right, let's get to the end of the year and we will see how we finish. But okay. At the end of year number 2, or year 3, whatever year we're in, we finish 7-10. However, I'm honestly kind of happy about that. I mean, I'm not necessarily happy that we didn't do well, but I feel like this year was a net positive. We'll get a good draft pick for that. And I already checked a certain player's stats, that being Tyler Fowler, who had a pretty great year. 3,700 yards, 34 touchdown passes, only 15, well, I say only 15 picks. I expected worse. He was a 68 overall heading into the year. So 15 is not bad at all. I mean, our O-line just can't get it together, still 39 sacks, but despite all that, I mean, he did really well. Nick Chubb, 1,100 yards, 4.6 per carry, almost 1,300 yards for Justin Meredith. I wish he did this last year, so we could have won Offensive Rookie of the Year, but whatever. He had 16 touchdowns. Not much outside of him, though. Ooh, Taylor Moton was the problem with our O-line. And Hudson Adams, but Cassius Green did well at left tackle. I'm sure if we tried him there again, he wouldn't do well next year, but we'll see. Oh, and on defense. Okay. JOK, 121 tackles of the team. TFL, 17 for Zadarius Smith, 14 for Garrett, 13 for Hall, 11 for Pounds, but sacks. 16.5 for Myles Garrett, which is cool. I mean, he gets like 25 sometimes in franchise, so it sucks that he's not doing that well here for us, but I guess this is more realistic. 14 for Zadarius Smith, though, and 10.5 for Michael Hall, or Mike Hall, I guess. I don't, if there's anyone on this defense I wouldn't necessarily want to do well, it's him, because A, apparently not a good person. I mean, allegedly, I don't know. And B, I don't even know what his future is on this Browns team. Like, this might just be unrealistic that he's doing well, but I guess we'll take it. And then Devin Pounds, 6.5 sacks. We'll take that too. I wish he's the one who had 10.5 sacks, but oh well. And then 4 picks for Ward, 2 for Moore and Newsome, and then 1 for Hickman. So very interesting year. Obviously, the major thing we want is Offensive Rookie of the Year. But Justin Meredith at number 5 for Offensive Player of the Year. These awards have had a lot of division rivals up here, I'll say that. TJ Watt wins Defensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett at 4, Zadarius Smith at 5, but Tyler Fowler does thankfully win Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's huge. Mario Goodrich at number 4. That's cool. And then James Moore at number 4 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I tried to get him as much playing time as I could. I put him at strong safety, 3rd outside corner, slot corner, and like number 3 sub linebacker to try to get him just a billion snaps, but apparently that didn't work out. But that's fine, because if you didn't notice it, or did I show at the midseason? I think I looked at something on the roster, but he has X factor, so we'll take it. What kind of year did he have again? 93 tackles, 3 TFLs, half a sack, 2 picks, 9 pass deflections, and a forced fumble. I mean, that's a good rookie year. He did get a lot of snaps, but with that much playing time, he should have had even crazier stats. But hey, I guess the goal was getting Tyler Fowler Offensive Rookie of the Year, and that's what we did. Which, by the way, he's also up to a 79 overall. I always forget that young players can actually develop if they actually do well in simulation. It's kind of crazy. I like it. That's probably my favorite improvement from Madden 24 to 25. This game still sucks, but I'm glad they at least improved something. But all right, let's get into the offseason. Possibly the final offseason. I mean, it depends on how we do next year, but honestly, what do we need to do to this team? Like, our offense was bad. Do we just need a new offensive playbook? Maybe. Ooh, okay. Nick Chubb, unfortunately, regressed a decent bit. He's down to an 83 overall, which, I mean, he's gonna have to start still. He's been good. Not gonna be as good this year, but I don't know if we have much of another choice, and we still need to figure out the O-line. For now, I guess we'll put Green at left tackle, but I'm sure once we move him there and try to play him next year, he's just gonna suck. Should I try DeJuan Jones at tackle? Is he due for a deal, or did we re-sign him? I guess we'll find out in a second. Okay, he is still due for a deal. I mean, we benched him, so it wouldn't make much sense to bring him back, but we'll offer... Grant Delpit has been good, right? I always have a hard time remembering who got a good amount of interceptions. Okay, he got 5 in the first year here, 1 a couple years ago, and 0 this last year. I don't know what happened. I guess we had him at strong safety the first year, or did we? I don't know, but I'm probably good. Same with Hickman, because he's a backup and not interested. Dwan Jones has sucked, so I'm good. But Zadarius Smith has been really good, so I'm fine giving him 1 year, 23 mil. Now we're gonna have 0 cap space, but he doesn't take it. I wouldn't imagine too many teams are gonna be interested in him, though. We could even maybe get him for cheaper in free agency, because he is 34, but we'll see. But all right, like I said, let's get into possibly the final free agent class. I'll see if we can restructure any deals. Can we? Okay, yeah, we can. So I'll restructure whatever we can, and we should hopefully have a decent amount of money. Hopefully. But all right, free agency is interesting this year. It is good, but I don't think we're gonna go for Aiden Hutchinson, the big one here. I'm just assuming that he has some, you know, massive offers. I guess maybe not, but like, we have other needs. I don't know if I want to spend all of my money on Aiden Hutchinson. It would be insane to pair him with Myles Garrett, but we gotta be smart here if we want to do well. We can't just, I mean, I guess pairing Aiden Hutchinson with Myles Garrett would be smart, probably, but he's not interested. I'm just assuming we can't get him, because again, he has 15 other offers. So we're gonna go for, we'll try to bring Grant Delpit and Zadarius Smith back. We'll try to sign Cam Akers and Jack Campbell. Not super exciting, but to be fair, other than Aiden Hutchinson, this just isn't that exciting of a free agent class. Like, there's Hutchinson, Charvarius Ward, and then it's a bunch of kickers and punters, and then nothing else pretty much. Like, there are 2 interesting players here, and that's it. But we don't really need either of the 2 interesting ones. So we'll try to sign these good players. It looks like we get Delpit, Smith, and Akers. Campbell, do you want to sign? No. How about now? No. Okay. I don't know if I care. But all right, let's get into what, again, should hopefully be the final draft, and we'll have to see what we want to do, because honestly, on paper, we're pretty good. I'm definitely thinking about a lineman and a receiver, but other than that, I don't know. But all right, we pick at number 8, and once again, we're kind of in a weird position where we have an early pick, but there isn't really anyone here at a position of need for us. Now, unfortunately, I focus scouted QB, not knowing that our guy would do so well this year. There are some decent quarterbacks, but like, we're obviously not going to take one. We don't need to trade up. I didn't really see anyone that was worth it, so we'll just get to number 8. I don't think I traded up a single time in this rebuild, but to be fair, we just didn't really see anyone that was too worth it. Maybe I should set receiver back to strong, because all of these receiver classes have been horrible. Like, genuinely terrible. I wish there was a middle ground, because the reason I don't like the strong receiver classes is because there can be like 84 overall receivers in there. That's just too much for a rookie. But now I have it at normal, and I don't see anyone that looks good at all. So I wish there was a middle ground, but oh. I was like, maybe this guy's good if he is like 4.32 speed. Nope, 4.48, which is still somehow good speed, great Excel. I don't, whatever. Oh, ooh. One of my focus scouts worked out. Nicholas Rudnick is a top 5 talent. All right, I think we're gonna have to take him. What was my focus position? Oh yeah, it was QB, never mind. I found 2 top 5 talent. My focus scouts are always pretty good. You know, I may not be the best at rebuilding teams, but I will give myself one thing. My focus scouts are solid a lot of the time. I want to get both. I don't think we can, because Walls is projected to go 25 and Rudnick's projected to go 38. You know, there's a world. Ooh, wait, we could do something interesting here. What if we trade back from 8 to like, is 18 risky? Because damn, Walls is the number 1 corner on the board. I think he was the number 1 corner in this class. Yeah. All right, let's trade. How far down do we want to go? Should we go to 16? Let's go to 16. Who has pick 16? Maybe that's playing it too safe. Maybe that's not playing it safe enough, again, because the guy we want is the number 1 corner on the board. But let's see. The Jets definitely don't need a corner, though, to be fair. They're not going to take him. Do the Falcons need one? I mean, they need corner depth. Well, they kind of do. Rasul Douglas is 32. Let's trade down to 16. If he's gone, he's gone. There's still the guard we can pick. All right, we're getting a 2 and a 6 to move down to number 16. And please tell me the corner's still gonna be here. No, he went at number 14. I mean, he was only projected to go at 25, but again, he was the number 1 corner on the board. That sucks. I mean, there is still a good corner in Tremaine McElroy, but I mean, we don't really need a good corner. We needed a great corner. I mean, we didn't even really need a great corner. It's just, it would have been an upgrade. It would have been fun to get 2 top 5 talents. All right, we'll just stick and pick Rudnick. That's fine. He isn't supposed to go for a while, but to be fair, neither was Walls. So ranked number 2 in the class, we'll take it. Sounds good. The plan was to take Walls at 16 and then trade up to like 23 or something to get Rudnick. That would have been cool, but it's still worth trading down. I mean, we got extra picks. But now at 40, ooh, wait, one of the first round talent QBs are still here. I don't think I want to take him. Guess we could. Let me see. I liked one of these centers. Was it Gilmore? Yeah, Gilmore looks pretty good. When's he projected to go? Day 3. Pick 125. Okay, we don't need to pick him. Justin Patterson also looks pretty good. Not as good, but pretty good. Brennan Halen also looks pretty good. So yeah, we definitely don't need to use varied or just strong interior O-line classes in general. Even normal is strong. The one position I am thinking about moving back up is receiver, because there's like legitimately nobody good, but we'll see. I was like, hey, this guy might actually be decent. He ran a 4.64, and somehow a 4.64, like not even NFL caliber 40 time, pretty much. I mean, maybe practice squad level, but debatably. Somehow that is decent speed and elite acceleration. Decent speed is like a 4.46. At least I would say, like, that's not, like a 4.46 isn't great for a receiver. That's like decent. Good, I would say, is like 4.41. Great is like around 4.35. I mean, great's even debatably like 4.31 or even 4.30, because I feel like you gotta separate the elite, like 4.29 and lower. Even debatably, like elite should just be like 4.27 and lower. I feel like there should be like a generational tier or something, because like elite should be maybe like 4.32 and 4.27, and then generational like 4.26 or 7 and lower. I don't know. I'm just yapping, but like I just don't get how a 4.64 averages out at like good. But all right, I honestly don't know what I want to do here. I might just take the quarterback. You know what? Dwight Finney? Sure. Ranked number 10. He's wearing the right color for the Browns. I mean, almost. It's more like a burnt orange, but he has 97 throw power. He looks like his name would be Dwight, honestly. I don't know why they use that face for... Is there like one NFL player that looks like that? I mean, a lineman probably, not a quarterback. But like most linemen have beards, so I don't know. But all right, later round 2. Ooh, Doug Pippin looks pretty good, but he's not supposed to go until pick 129. There are a lot of players in the 120s range that we want. Matthew Payton looks pretty good at safety, but we don't really need a safety. I mean, maybe depth. I don't know. There just isn't a lot else left for us here that would actually help, so I might just be done picking. I mean, this is going to be a reach based on where he's supposed to go, but let's go with Jeremiah Gilmore. He looks good. Ranked 33, got him at 48. Hey, he'll probably end up a starter for us by the end of the year, because inevitably someone's going to underperform on our offensive line. But all right, I think that's the last pick I'm going to show just because I'm bored, and we will see how we did in the draft. But all right, here's how we did in, again, hopefully our final draft. I want to make the playoffs with this team, so this might not be the final year, but I mean, hopefully we make them, is what I'm trying to say. But Lucas Rudnick, that's kind of weird. Back to back, 81 overalls with the first pick we made in the first round. Don't know how we did that, but pretty good player, number 2 in the class. I'm sure the corner was number 1. I mean, he didn't look that crazy, but I mean, you never know. He did have like a man or something, so it could be a 99 for all I know. But Dwight Finney, 77 overall. He's pretty good. I mean, I don't really know why I took him, just as a safety net in case our guy doesn't do well. I mean, we could even play risky and just start Finney. I mean, if we want to have like a crazy good overall team by the end of the year, that could be the move, because I mean, if he does well and he has a good enough dev trait, he could be like a 90 by the end of the year. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll have a position battle for the... Ooh, that would be kind of fun. I hope we do. You know what I wish? I wish it would let you pick your position for the position battle. Maybe that would be too broken, but like, I wish it would be like the interviewer asks, you know, just do you have any position battles for the preseason? And you get to pick. That would be kind of fun. I wish that was a thing, but maybe we'll still get one for QB. We'll see. But Jeremiah Gilmore, good player. He's ranked 33. He's only a 74 overall though, but I mean, that was still a good pick. That would have been a really good pick at like 125 or wherever he was projected to go. And then Alex Coleman at D tackle. He's solid. solid. You know, we just got a lot of solid players, other than the first two are really good. Ooh, and the best player in the class, okay, Walls was one of them, but Marcel Thomas, he was the #1 pick, a defensive end to the Titans. You know what? I really like how I did these draft classes. I think I'm gonna keep them. We haven't really seen anyone too insane. It keeps it more realistic, because, I mean, it's kind of fun to get, like, 84 overalls, but that's kind of stupid. And there is still a chance that they'll show up every once in a while, but we didn't see any here, which is fair. But hey, we basically got the best player in the class, or tied for it. We almost got 2 out of the 3. That would have been so nice if we got Walls and Rudnick, but whatever. But let's get into year 4, again, possibly the final year, and we will see how the team is looking. Okay, we did actually get the quarterback position battle. I'm scared to click it. I guess it doesn't matter that much, because, I mean, either way, it's fine. But let's see who won it. Our quarterback for this year is gonna be Fowler Keeps It. Okay, kind of what I expected, but he does get a big boost for that, so we'll take it. Up to an 86 with morale. I just realized they have the same face too. Ugh. But hey, that's pretty huge. I mean, either way, that would have been nice, but we'll take it. But all right, here we are heading into year 4. Again, hopefully the final year. Hopefully we can make the playoffs. We are up to an 87 overall team, 87 offense, 89 defense. I mean, the math ain't quite adding up there, but whatever. But we are finally looking pretty nice. I wanted to trade for a receiver just because, you know, we kind of have Meredith, and then that's about it. But we just can't really afford to trade for any receivers. We have like 6 mil left in cap space, if that. So yeah, I looked, but we just couldn't trade for anyone. But that's fine, because this team is still really good. I'm curious though. This definitely isn't the best team I've ever built by the start of year 4. I didn't expect it to be, but I do want to see, where do we rank as an 87 overall? Ooh, honestly, better than I expected. The 49ers are an 87. The Chiefs are an 88. So we are tied for second with the Texans, 49ers, and then the Chiefs are 1 better. And hey, I mean, we're probably a lot younger than a lot of those teams. I mean, we're playing a lot of younger players, for better or for worse, especially on the offensive line. So by the end of this year, we could be the highest overall team in the league. But all right, let's finally get into this. Hopefully final year. Honestly, probably not the final year, but we'll see. So let's should we get to the midseason or straight to the end of the year? I'll obviously get to the midseason, but we'll catch back up at the end of the year and we will see how this team does. All right, well, here we are at the end of year number 4. And super quick, before I reveal how we did in year 4, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe. Again, sounds stupid, but it really does help out the channel. I would appreciate it a ton. It'll let me know y'all want to see another saving the team rebuild that I like to do every week. And again, let me know down in the comments what team I should do next. I'll give you a shout out if you care about that. And again, it just lets me know what y'all want to see. But finally, in year number 4, we finished 7-10 again with what is now probably the highest overall team in the league, at least maybe tied for it. Why? Okay, no, we are the highest overall team in the league. I thought that said the Panthers were an 88. No, the Packers. The Packers are really good now too, but we're still better on paper for overall. Yeah, we're just straight up the highest overall team. And we went 7-10. It says franchise info, AFC North, status, rebuilding. We are the highest overall team in the league. What do you mean? Also, under where it says overall, it still says 2026 record, 11-6. It's just stuck with the real life record from last year. Like, that number doesn't change. I doubt they'll ever fix it. Why would they? But what's the issue with this team? It looks like it was our offense. I mean, our defense, we held teams to 20.6 points per game. That's enough. But our offense wasn't even that bad. I mean, 14th, it isn't good, but it wasn't horrible. And I benched some linemen at the midseason. Tyler Fowler definitely wasn't the problem, though. 4,100 yards, 41 touchdowns, 14 picks. Lots of 4s and 1s. Okay, there's maybe our issue. Nick Chubb is officially bad. 700 yards, 3.7 per carry, 4.8 for Ty Montgomery. Not great. I mean, shit, maybe we just should have started David Montgomery. I mean, I don't know if he would have had that high a yards per carry, getting, you know, full touches. Okay, yeah, probably not. He had a 70-yard run that was like almost a quarter of his yards in one run, but who knows? And then Justin Meredith, 1,250 yards and 19 touchdowns. He's been a monster. He hasn't really developed a crazy amount, but these last 2 years, getting almost like 1,300 yards a year, we'll take it. And then Jerry Jeudy, 900 yards, almost 800 for Goodrich. Oh yeah, and by the way, I didn't even mention, but I switched to the Bengals offensive playbook, so maybe that was a bad call, but like production was good, I guess just the rushing, but rushing just seems like a player issue. It's not really something you can scheme necessarily. I mean, in real life, you obviously can, but in Madden, like if the running back isn't gonna play well, they're not gonna play well. There isn't a scheme that makes them play much better. I mean, there are schemes that run more than others, but like the yards per carry's probably gonna be the same either way, at least from experience, but I don't know. But I benched Cassius Green at the midseason, obviously, for Zach Zinter. He did better, for sure. Would have allowed like 9 sacks in a full year or something, 8 or 9, so that's not bad for Madden at all. But let's see, I benched Hudson Adams for Jeremiah Gilmore. That worked out. Just still, overall, the line wasn't good. But JOK, 136 tackles, TFL's 21 for Myles Garrett, 20 for Devin Pounds, 17 for Mike Hall Jr., and 13 for Zadarius Smith, and sacks. 14 for Myles Garrett, 12 for Devin Pounds. Oops. Oh, that's not great. But 10.5 sacks for Mike Hall Jr. and 7.5 for Zadarius Smith. And then interceptions, 4 for JOK, 2 for Moore, Delpit, and Ward, and then 1 for a couple players. But all right, we're gonna do one final year. Justin Meredith at number 3 for Offensive Player of the Year. That's cool. Myles Garrett at number 2 for Defensive Player of the Year. Pounds at number 4. JOK at 5. I mean, we had individual players do well. But yeah, we're gonna do one final year. Maybe 2 if we have to. I mean, I want to make the playoffs with this team. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a 10-year rebuild, but we're trending in that direction. We're getting close. I mean, not really, but maybe we'll just infinitely be 7-10 and this rebuild will never end. I don't know. But all right, let's get into, again, hopefully the final off season. Hopefully we do well next year. Also, I see, what? I thought I had coach firing off. The Dolphins apparently had Sean McVay and then fired him. I don't know. But let's get into the offseason for hopefully the final time, and we'll see what we can do. But all right, for the rest of our re-signings, I already picked up the 5th year for Justin Meredith. I was kind of spacing out when I did that, but that's fine. I already re-signed, who did I re-sign? I re-signed someone, oh, it was Denzel Ward at the midseason. I re-signed him just in case we had to go to a year 5, which by the way, we were 4-3 at the midseason for like the 3rd year in a row, and we still managed to miss the playoffs again. But Mike Hall Jr., he's been good, but like everybody else in this rebuild, he's not interested in re-signing. So we'll offer him 5 years, 126 mil, which is not cheap, but he does take it. Zach Zinter's been good at times, but he's not interested. Big surprise. I guess we'll offer him very player friendly because he still isn't that expensive. He does take it. I didn't even see how much money it was, but that's fine. Jerry Jeudy, I'm not gonna re-sign actually. I feel like we could find maybe an upgrade in free agency, and you never guess it, but he's not interested. Plus he's almost 30. And then everyone else, I think we're gonna let go. I mean, Taylor Moton, I mean, the 10 sacks weren't great, but last year with 7, it could be worse. So we might bring him back in free agency. We, once again, have some work to do, though. As far into this rebuild as we've gotten, there are still definitely things we could upgrade. So is there anyone we could release? I guess Zadarius Smith, but like, I might just rather keep him because even last year he wasn't good, but, well, he wasn't horrible, but even in his worst year, he still had 7.5 sacks, so I might keep him. But all right, I'll restructure whatever deals I can, not adjust lineup. Actually, while we're on the lineup, did we get any good dev traits? Rudnick has Superstar, that's cool. And Pounds went up to X Factor. Hall went up to Superstar, we saw that. Finney, unfortunately, only has Star, but that's fine. He doesn't play anyways. But all right, let me restructure these deals and we'll see what money we can free up. I don't know if we're gonna be able to free up too much, but hopefully some. But all right, in free agency, it is a decent class that I would be happy to see normally, because in most rebuilds, D-line is an issue by the end, or at least, I guess, at some point, D-line is usually an issue in rebuilds, but here it is like our strongest position. Now, we still maybe need someone to replace Zadarius Smith, but I don't know who. Alex Highsmith is like okay in simulation. It looks like he's really up and down. I don't know if I really want him. I mean, maybe I want something to do with all this money. We have 75 mil now, but the big, well, one of the 2 big positions of need, arguably 3 positions of need, is running back. We need a running back, a receiver, and a tackle. And unfortunately, at 2 of those 3 positions, the guys we just let go are the best at those positions. Jerry Jeudy's tied for the best overall receiver, and Taylor Moton's the best overall right tackle. So we're not getting upgrades there. And at running back, you know what? I guess we'll just go for Christian McCaffrey, but I think we're going to be doing some trading. I mean, we have to. I mean, we don't have to. It's not like we're a bad team. I mean, we're literally the highest overall team in the league, but we still need a couple upgrades. Man, I don't know. We might not spend that much money in free agency here. We might just go for trades. Oh, there are these corners are not that expensive. They're not interested at all, at least the top 4, but they're really not very expensive. Not that corner is a massive need, but it's something we can upgrade a little bit, so why not? I don't think I'm going to go for Alex Highsmith. I'm fine with our edge group still. I feel like I've been so boring in free agency, but to be fair, there just aren't many players to sign that make sense for us. So we'll go for Jerry Jeudy. We'll try to bring him back. Ennis Rakestraw we'll try to sign. We'll try to sign Christian McCaffrey, but we also might try to sign another or trade for another running back, and then Taylor Moton we'll try to bring him back. Really, we're just trying to add 2 players, or I guess 4 technically, but looks like Jerry Jeudy goes to the Bengals. Ooh, so you know what? I mean, Jermaine Burton isn't great, but, oh, well, we're probably not going to get him, but we might as well try. And now we no longer have a lead for Ennis Rakestraw. If he was going to sign, he probably would have already signed. I guess Chris Abrams-Drain we could sign, the other Missouri corner. So let's see. This group of players, do they want to sign? We get McCaffrey and Abrams-Drain. We didn't get Burton, and Moton is still, I guess, thinking about it. Ricky Pearsall signs too. How about Dontavian Wicks? How about that? Would that be okay? Can we get him, please? The Jets are interested. You know what? Let's just trade for a receiver. That's fine. This rebuild should already be over. We should have been so much better than we should have been closer to undefeated than 7-10. I'm not saying we should have gone undefeated, but being the highest overall team in the league should mean something. Should have been better than 7-10 at least. I feel like you could probably watch my videos and like take notes to find like an exact timestamp where I get sick of playing this game in every single one, because there's always something stupid that happens in all of them. At least one stupid, well, yeah, at least one stupid thing, if not thousands. But all right, Taylor Moton, please, thank you. All right, let's get some trades going. We need to make up for the fact that we haven't made like a single player trade yet at all. I'm not gonna go too crazy, but I do want to trade for at least a couple players. Daniel Jones. Imagine they have both Daniel Jones. Yeah, you know what I mean. Oh, that would have been so cool if they did. I saw him on the Seahawks, which is ironic. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, he's still there. What happened to Deshaun Watson then? Is he on a team? Maybe not. Maybe he retired. Or he's in free agency. I don't know. He is. He has no offers. How's he been doing? Has he been playing? He did play for the Seahawks. He was better than he did for us. Still not that good, but better. But all right, anyways, I'm getting distracted. Let me make some trades. These are a little bit much. I decided to see if we could get any offers for our first round pick. I don't think I'm going to be taking this. Not because I don't want it, obviously, but because it is way too much. Like Brandon Ayuk, a 2, a 3, and a 7 for a first round pick. I guess it is pick 7 to be fair. So I guess there's a debate, but like Max Crosby in a 4th. You could build a super team just by using the get offers thing. But I do actually like the Jalen Waddle offer. He was someone I was thinking about trading for before I realized we didn't have the cap. So we're gonna give our first round pick for Jalen Waddle in a second. That seems like a lot for the Dolphins to give up, but you gotta remember, Jalen Waddle's almost 30 here. They have other receiver options, and this is pick 7. It's not like a mid to late round pick. It's number 7, almost a top 5 pick. So if anything, I feel like maybe we should have taken even more. I don't know. Maybe we should have. Because what's Jalen Waddle ranked for receivers? He is he's a top 10 receiver still? Okay, so I guess that's about right. A 30-year-old top 10 receiver, about the value of like a mid-first. Sure, I don't know, whatever. And let's actually make one more trade, obviously, like I already said. They're offering, wait, what? Oh, that's a second next year, okay. The Bengals are offering us Jerry Jeudy and then a 2 and a 3 next year for a second. These trades are way too much. So many receivers, like we didn't just trade for one. Ooh. Okay, we are gonna be trading our second round pick. This is debatably too much for a number 2 running back from the Jags, but I don't really care. We're trading pick 39 for Nate Burns from the Jags. He has X Factor. He is 24, so he's not like the youngest young running back ever, but I mean, that's still pretty young. I mean, running backs are done by the time they're like 28, so yeah, he really isn't that young, and he hasn't been particularly good, but we'll hope that he can develop as a starter now and do well. So I think we got everything solved. solved that we needed to. We got a really good number 2 receiver and a good running back. I want to see, where does Burns rank? Is he like starting caliber? Okay, he is. Ranked 21. A second was definitely way too much, but whatever. He has X factor, so we'll see. But all right, let's get into probably the final draft of this rebuild, and we will see what we can do. But all right, in the draft with our second round pick, there are a few options that we can go for. I don't know what would be the best. I don't even know how effective this draft is going to be or how important it's going to be, because we already have O-line depth. We don't have a good performing starting O-line, but that's hard to fix. I might try something, but there are some decent linemen here, a lot of first to second round talents. There is Jonathan Craig, first to second round talent, defensive end. He's solid. I might go with Nate Staley, first round talent, another guy I focus scouted. Who did I focus scout? It was him, it was Craig, and then I don't remember who the other one was. Was it a receiver? I don't even remember, whatever. Maybe it was someone who's already gone, but I think we'll just go with Staley. I mean, we'll just go with the best player we have focus scouted. Why not? Ranked number 18, picked at 40. Don't think he's gonna play, but I don't think anyone we could pick here would have much of an impact unless we somehow found like an 83 overall, which I don't think there was one left. And then let's go with, I guess, Peter Fields, ranked 35. We'll take it. No dev trait though, whatever, who cares? We got what we needed. Let's get out of here. The goal now is just to have a good record. But all right, in the draft, we got some decent players. Nate Stanley's a 75, Peter Fields 74. We also got Jeff Watson. He's a decent running back. I mean, he was ranked number 19. He's just only a 75 overall, so doesn't really do a lot for us, but it was a good pick, I guess. And then I just simulated the rest out. Or no, actually, that's a lie. I took Isaac Booth too. He was ranked like 50, I think. Don't know what this pick was. Wait, did I make this pick? I might have actually made this pick. I made this one too. Okay, that was a horrible pick. And then I think I simulated it. Yeah, because Battle was ranked like 306 or something. But definitely a draft of all time, that's for sure. But okay, here's a look at the team heading into the final year. We're gonna make this the last one no matter what. I mean, we've deserved to be a playoff team for a few years now. I feel like we've just gotten kind of unlucky, but hopefully that stops this year. We have an 88 offense and a 91 overall defense. There really isn't a single issue with this team anymore. I mean, I'm sure issues will come up throughout the year, but at least on paper, this team is amazing. And I do want to see, are we the highest overall team? I would guess we're tied for it, but maybe we just are. Okay, yeah, we're just the highest overall team in the league. The Chiefs are an 88. We're better. So hey, I've done my part here. We've gone from what is, in my opinion, the hardest rebuild in Madden to the highest overall team in the league. I would say that's a success no matter what, but it would be nice to make the playoffs for once with, you know, the best team in the league. So all right, I think that's all the breakdown we're gonna do. Y'all know the team by this point, I would hope. So let's get to the end of year number, what year are we in? Is this 5 or 6? Year 5. I'll get to the midseason point and I'll bench whoever needs to be benched, but we'll see how this team does. Oh, Myles Garrett has 17 sacks through 7 games. That's realistic. That's all right. But okay, at the end of the year, I was starting to think this could be the first time we have gone 17-0 in a rebuild. Actually, I don't know if I have before. Maybe I have and I just forgot, but I definitely don't think we have in a realistic rebuild. But who did we lose to? Because we were 7-0 at the midseason. Our first loss, we actually lost back-to-back to the Bengals, and then we got destroyed by the Ravens. Okay, but I guess we were, what, 12-0 at one point? But we'll take that. I wasn't even sure if we were going to make the playoffs. But Tyler Fowler, 4,600 yards, 42 touchdowns, 13 picks. And to think, he was just like a random, yeah, I guess we'll take him type pick. When did we get him? Like the 3rd round? 4th round. So yeah, pretty good pick there. But Nate Burns was solid. We had the worst, or I guess 2nd worst run game at the midseason, but it got better. 780 yards, only 4 per carry, which is fine. 12 touchdowns. It looks like McCaffrey, at least for yards per carry, did better, but Nate Burns is a better overall. Also, we had a position battle in the preseason between these two, so I picked yards per carry, and it said Christian McCaffrey won the battle, so it gave him like plus something. I guess it wore off by now because we didn't play him or something. I don't know. But I checked the yards per carry, and it said Burns had 5.9 4.9, and McCaffrey only had, I think it was 4.9. So that was just wrong. I was super happy about that. But Justin Meredith, 1,700 yards and 21 touchdowns. He was insane. And Jalen Waddle, also 1,000 yards, only 5 touchdowns, but still 1,000 yards, 760 for Goodrich. Nicholas Rudnick was kind of horrible at tackle, but I mean, could be much worse. It has been much worse. And then on defense, 120 tackles for JOK led the team, 16 TFLs for Myles Garrett, and sacks 24.5 for Myles Garrett, beating the record in real life, but someone's probably gotten like 28 here. Well, I guess Myles Garrett's usually the one who gets like 28, so we'll see. Maybe he broke the record, I don't know. But Zadarius Smith, 9 sacks, 8.5 for Hall, 8 for Pounds, and then picks 3 for JOK and Denzel Ward, 2 for Moore and Newsome, and then 1 for Martin Emerson. But let's see. I called it pretty well. 28 sacks for Micah Parsons, because of course, why would this game be realistic? But Anthony Richardson wins MVP. Interesting. I guess it's better than Mahomes or Burrow or Dak or Lamar winning it every single year, or Jalen Hurts. But Tyler Fowler at number 9, I'm surprised he's not even higher, but whatever. We get cucked for Offensive Player of the Year. I was thinking about trading for Michael Pittman too. I mean, he wouldn't have had the same production for us, but still. I was thinking about trading for him instead of Jalen Waddle. Jerry Jeudy up there, of course. But Myles Garrett wins Defensive Player of the Year, as you would hope, with 24.5 sacks. And then we didn't really have any rookies, did we? We had a rookie linebacker, but apparently he didn't play. That's fine though. But what a way to finish off this rebuild. But now let's probably lose in the divisional. Can't wait. Who are we going to be playing? It's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs, the second highest overall team, which I'm surprised we didn't pass them up more. I'm surprised we didn't end up as like a 93 or something. I guess we're not that young of a team anymore, but I mean, we still kind of are. Yeah, I mean, Meredith only 25, Moore 24, Fowler 24, Pounds, Burns all 24, Rudnick 22. Like, I'm surprised we didn't develop more. But either way, we do have a higher overall team than the Chiefs. So let's see what happens here in the divisional. Can we get our first playoff win of the rebuild? No.